Good morning. So here I am again. The big news, of course, these last few days is the murder of George Floyd, a black man murdered by a white cop, supposedly. For the last several years, I have hundreds and hundreds of times communicated with people at a distance, and I can tell when they're alive or dead. This came out innocently. I started asking people's ages of the pendulum when I started playing with the pendulum. This is about 2013. Yeah, about 2013. And the pendulum gave me a number of the people's age, but it wasn't correct. And it confused me because I got correct numbers for other things. As an example, when our mother was going to die and my brothers and sisters said, we have lots of things to pay, we need to see how much money mom has, and they had authority over her bank accounts and certificates of deposits, but they didn't know how much money our mom had. And I just asked the pendulum, how much money does mom have in the bank? And it said, as I remember, $74,000. The next day, they brought out the CDs and added them up in the checking account that my sister Ruby had authority over, and it added up to $74,000. That's just one example out of many. So I was getting correct numbers, but it wouldn't give me the correct age for people. It was giving me a number. And I went and tested a friend named Alex Calvo in San Isidro, Costa Rica. And I asked him, can I ask the pendulum your age and see what we get? And he said, sure. I said, okay. So I did it, and we got 56 as his age. And he says, I'm not 56. Try it again. And so I did it again. It also indicated 56 again. You'll see how it indicates here in a minute. And he says, that thing don't work. I'm 48. So a few days later, I'm thinking, well, gee, why didn't it change? If it's just guessing, if it's not correct, why didn't it change? Why didn't it say 53 or 60 or something? Why did it say the same number? And I came up with the magic question. The magic question is, on that scale, with how many years do we die? And the pendulum answered 100. So I knew that I had an indicator of people's health, and it is very, very accurate. And also, because I can communicate with people at a distance, anyone, anywhere, including on other planets. I have friends on Callisto, the moon of Jupiter, that I can communicate with. That's in my first hypnosis, and I have a video in Spanish called Amigos Invisibles Costa Rica, Invisible Friends Costa Rica, where I talk to us invisible extraterrestrial friends. And I can communicate with them. Okay, through the pendulum, no problem. So, I also found that I can tell if people are alive or dead. I have now correctly told of the death, and in one case, the survival of 3 people. And of course, I know about a lot of other people, the people of the Malaysia Airline jet who are all alive. Madeline McCann, the little girl who disappeared, where was it, in Portugal? She's alive and well. All kinds of things. But anyway, so back to George Floyd. The big question here, is George Floyd dead? Everybody thinks he is. The autopsy and everything. Well, all that crap can be faked, and it was. Because I'm now going to communicate with I'm assuming the one and only George Floyd, who was physically pinned down by that policeman, another crisis actor, in, where is it, Minneapolis? Anyway, I communicate with him right now. And then I'm going to communicate with somebody else to show you the case of a person who is dead. Okay. I have contact with George Floyd. There's several things I could get out, but to not make this long, I'll try to keep it simple. What is his energy age? This is where we die at 100. I tested this yesterday, and I tested again this morning. I'm getting the same answer. His energy age. 5 years, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. When it's a perfect circle is the answer. 35, 40, and when it goes past, it stops. 45, 50, it's getting pretty close. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. See, that's pretty much of a circle. 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61. Still spinning. But if I think, just start to think 62, the pendulum loses its energy. If you want to say this is the energy of truth, 62, 62, 62, nothing, 61, 61. See, at 61 it starts spinning back up. This, was he, George Floyd, is that right? I can't remember his name now. He is definitely absolutely alive. Now, something I'm going to show you here, I'm going to show you his chakras. If you don't know about chakras, most people talk about 7 main chakras, so I'll just go over those 7 main chakras. These are his energy centers that should show this is his number 1 chakra, which is actually very good. It's spinning clockwise. Number 2, a little weak. That's his reproductive system, relationship with the opposite sex. That's not very good, it's weak. Number 3, that's his emotions, his digestive system. It's paralyzed. Number 4, that's his circulatory system. It's working okay. He probably doesn't have major heart problems. Number 4. Number 5, look at this. That's his expression. He cannot express himself. He has a huge, huge, huge secret. Wow. Talk about somebody being kept from expressing himself. That's number 5. Number 6, that's the head chakra. I don't know, something's happening there. Maybe he doesn't feel very good. Maybe he has a headache. Maybe he has eye or ear or some kind of problems there. That's not good, but it's nothing like the backwards number 5, his expression. And number 7, which is interesting, that's your connection with the universe. This is usually backwards when people are mad at God because something happened to them. So he's fairly good there. So that is George Floyd. I will maybe do another one on him because he is definitely getting paid for this. And I can check people's net worth just as I checked how much money my mom had in the bank. And we'll see what changes in his net worth come up. I can do that. However, I'm going to stop this right here because to not make it long. And we can get a pretty good idea of what he's being paid to do all this. So this guy, George Floyd, I think it is very alive and well, except he feels very controlled because he can't express himself because he is holding a very big secret.